Calling to order the regular meeting of the Warrenville Public Library District Board of Trustees. It's Wednesday, January 15th, and it is 7:19 p.m. I'm going to do a roll call. Trustee Luzon.
Here.
Trustee Pika.
Present.
Trustee Schmidt.
Here.
Trustee Warren.
Present.
Trustee Richardson.
Here.
Trustee Stoll. Here. Trustee DeRocher is here, and is also Director Stillman and all of our department heads. It's a full house today. We're going to go move forward with the approval of the agenda. Are there any changes? All right, do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the agenda. Second.
A motion was made to approve the agenda by Trustee Schmidt and seconded by Trustee Luzon. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. Do you have any presentations?
No, hour of
Okay.
talking was good enough for tonight.
All right, we are on public comments, and we do have a member of the public with us tonight. Hello.
I have no comment.
No comment. Would you like to introduce yourself?
And it said this from here, and I thought, I've lived in town 32 years and 4 blocks away, and I've never come. Well, welcome.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Catherine Cox.
Welcome,
I'm
Catherine.
given my name.
Well, thank you for coming. We're glad that you're here. Thank you.
And I do have a lot of.
Well, fabulous. We're so happy to hear that. You're part of the 95% that we're aiming for.
Hey, I looked at that. What was the last census? How many people in Warrenville?
Oh, with the special census, now I'm gonna forget, it's 15,000. Like
Okay, that's the number.
23 or something like that. or
We have
something like that.
roughly, we have over 60%. Because we have about 9,800 library cards.
Woo-hoo.
And I'm
Excellent.
no math major. Just saying.
All right,
That'd be
we're
a good
gonna-
sign to put on the wall.
We're gonna keep
Kind of like
going.
one of those, so many days without an accident or something like that, we're up to 65%.
I like that sign better than the accident sign. All right, let's move on. Do we have any correspondence?
We do not.
All right. Madam Secretary.
Item A, approve minutes of the December 11, 2024 regular board meeting. B, receive and file financial report for December 2024.
Oh, that's a short one. May I have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda as read by the secretary.
Second,
All right, Trustee Stoll.
Yes.
Alright. Trustee Richardson. Aye. Trustee Warren.
All right.
Trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Luzon.
Aye.
And Trustee DeRocher votes aye. All right, moving on to unfinished business, we have this. I moved right past that, all right, the regular
That
agenda.
we pay the invoices in the amount of $76,819.85 for the period of December 12, 2024 through January 15, 2025, including electronic payments and checks number 10307 through 10346. I hope that was the right motion because I have 5 copies of it.
Good.
No voids.
May I have a second?
second,
Motion was made by Trustee Pika and seconded by Trustee Warren. Is there any discussion? All right, we're gonna go ahead with a vote. Trustee Luzon.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
aye,
Trustee Richardson. Aye. Trustee Stoll.
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher votes aye. The motion is passed. All right, now the approval of transfers funds. We have a motion.
I move that we transfer $250,000 from commercial checking account to operating checking.
second,
The motion was made by Trustee Richardson and seconded by Trustee Warren. Is there any further discussion? All right, we're gonna have a vote. Trustee Stoll. Aye. Trustee Richardson. Aye. Trustee Warren.
aye,
Trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Luzon. Aye. Trustee DeRocher votes aye. All right, we're gonna go to unfinished business, and that is on page 16, and that is about the strategic plan update.
Indeed, so. Just wanted to. You just spent an hour on it, but just wanted to give you a quick little update. We released the public survey and the stakeholders survey. The stakeholder survey was released on Friday, the public survey was released on Monday.
Who did the stakeholder surveys go to?
So the committee put together, and we asked all staff, but we put together a list of various city folks, park district, fire district, et cetera, folks at the schools.
So individuals?
In any contacts we had with the city government, with organizations, with any businesses that we thought we would want to hear from.
So you might have gotten like 10 from the city, 10 people.
Yes.
Okay, just curious. I wasn't sure if you got one or many.
No,
Okay.
no, yeah, I went through, I didn't necessarily include every single person to
Okay.
be included in the e-news blast that went out. But we encouraged people to pass it on to anybody else in the organization,
All right,
and welcome them all to take the survey.
So,
okay.
how did you get these surveys distributed? What was your method of distribution? Was it all email or
Yes,
that's what?
so,
Although I took the survey, if we're just talking about strategic group, then I'll be quiet, but, for general public, it's available at a computer at a station right here.
yeah, so we've got 3 laptops around the
You
building
wander in.
that has
so
it loaded on it. Thank you, Duncan, for that.
Thank you, Duncan.
We've got
It
it
was
on
very
the public
user-friendly.
computers when you log in. Kathy did a fantastic job of putting together all the various pieces, so there's tables with little notices taped to them. She made these lovely tags for us, all the staff to be wearing on our name tags.
They were very eye-catching, is what made me do it.
Mhm.
But it's all electronic is what I'm getting. There are no paper options or is?
Oh, there is a paper option.
Okay,
Yeah, there's.
Sorry, I
one at the
didn't-
that's what I
front
wanted to
desk.
hear.
It's on the front desk, is that where they are?
Yeah, well, you can ask at any of the desks. We can give you a paper copy, got the box there to collect them, or we can hand it back to staff. So then
Just
we're,
working on being inclusive.
yes, so we made a paper copy available. So,
Thank you.
but the good news is within the first, this is day 2. And we have several that seem to have had an issue. They're incomplete. They just exit survey. But subtracting those, I think we have around 330 responses so far. And it's literally been
Where you get out of it.
a day and a half,
Oh, that is
2 days,
fantastic.
It is
whatever it is. So
That makes me so happy.
I think staff that are a little more familiar with Warrenville, the community, and how involved you all are, have higher expectations. Me coming from the community I came from, I had much lower expectations, and we've already far surpassed them. So I'm thrilled, but clearly, hopefully, we're gonna
You
get
had
a lot
better
more.
start adjusting your expectations, Jason.
I do.
Because we are so awesome.
Kathy, your friend of the city, the Friday weekly email, will she put anything in about this? I mean, about the survey?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, she and I have been in close
figured.
communication. It will go out in FYI Warrenville, which runs every Friday. It will also go in Hometown Happenings, which is due in mailboxes on February 1st. There will be a QR code in both English and Spanish.
Yes, we have that.
All of this also already posted it on social media, and I believe there's, our URL is on the message board, the electronic message board. If it's not already, it will be in the next day with our website address. And so it's
And since I have established their paper copies, are there copies at City Hall that someone?
there are not.
I don't know how you would get them back here, but I'm just wondering.
There are not.
Thank you.
What about the Spanish, when you said that there was trouble or easily done or Spanish speaking business owners? Last part.
Oh, so the general public survey, we translated into Spanish, so we've sent that out as well. We got it available. So then we're planning the focus groups. And amazingly, if you've taken the community survey already, you notice on it, there was, one of the last questions was, are you interested in participating in a focus group? And we had an overwhelming response, which again, I was blown away by. We had over 100 people interested. So Kathy sent out an email blast last night with all that she had David put together that list of all those people that were interested, and we sent the blast to them so that they could go to Communico and sign themselves up. So yesterday for our first community focus group is this Friday, and yesterday there were 0 people signed up, and when I got here this morning, it was all full. So
Oh.
fantastic, and I don't know about the other ones, but I think I don't know if they're full, but they have a lot of people signed up already, so
I
So,
think what
we're gonna get a lot of feedback.
was referring to is there's a statement here under focus groups. It says as a meeting
Yes, I was getting to
or
that.
some, okay.
So we were originally planning, so we were also planning focus group for mentioned stakeholders, government folks, I mean, businesses, organizations. And then we were gonna do one in Spanish. Diana has contact with a lot of those folks, and they were excited, but when she actually got down to telling them about coming for a session to do that, a lot of them said, oh, well, this is a family-owned business, there's no good time to leave the business and come do that. So it sounded like that wasn't gonna end up being really all that feasible, so she offered to go to a couple of these contacts that she has and speak to them individually, which would be great. So we won't have a huge number of Spanish stakeholder feedback, but even if we get 2 or 3, that'll be something, so.
Who's generous over.
It is very. So, and I also want to thank her and Miriam for translating the newsletter or the survey for us. So that was great. Yeah, so my shout outs were to Diana, especially for that, and Diana and Miriam, to Kathy for all the planning that she has done for all the marketing. And then also all the input, and David, and then all the input, massaging the knowledge she has about surveys that she gave the committee back about the survey. I think it really helped it take shape. And I just want to thank the committee too for all the work in putting together the surveys. And now we're planning the focus groups. So everybody's been working hard. But like I said, I'm thrilled by the response already. So like, I know we want more, but with my lower expectations, like we could stop today and we've already got lots of great feedback, but we don't want to stop it.
We're not stopping.
We're not stopping it. So the survey is going to run through February 7th. I believe that is the last focus group date that we have. So we figured end them at the same time.
So you guys and all your hard work effectively saved the library quite a bit of money. By not having to hire an outside consultant, and look at the results you're getting.
But we are using some of that money to,
It's.
with the focus groups, we're incentivizing folks to come. So
Yes, but.
that will add up, especially given how many people were interested. So
Yeah.
possibly because of the incentive.
Oh,
incentives,
Also
but
created a template for doing this in the future.
you can market it. Anyway, all right, thank you. Anything else?
no, I don't think so. So in
Great job.
March, we'll meet at 5:30 and do the brainstorming session. So like I said, last hour, that is essentially taking all the data and feedback that we've gotten, putting together that report, and then starting to think about, again, not necessarily even thinking about money or logistics, but just thinking big about ideas about how we can take all these ideas and focus them and start to develop goals and initiatives to meet those goals. So, and then once we get that, so we're doing that with the board, and then we're doing that with the staff, and then taking all that and then paring it down, and the committee will then craft the plan. So,
Okay. Good. All right,
all right.
moving on to new business on page 17. Approve transfer funds through certificate of deposit at the third bank.
Yes. So just in, like my narrative says there in the packet, we asked about increasing, I know my wife gets a higher interest rate than we were getting, so I asked, and they managed to raise it, which is great. We're making almost double the interest we were making, but our interest is fairly low, so I was hoping for a higher interest rate. So I was been kind of off and on thinking about how else can we make a little bit more money on what we've got sitting in the bank. So I, from previous experience, never, so that old adage is like, sometimes you need money in order to make money. My previous experience is not having a whole lot of money. I feel like we are in a fairly good, sound, stable position, especially when we defer our spring tax money to be the start of our fiscal year. We always start off the year
Strong.
flush and strong, which is great in what I'm not used to. So I just wanted, I was just trying to think with this and the next item, just trying to think of more ways that we could maybe earn a little more interest in return on the money that we've got. And so I reached out to Fifth Third Bank and asked about CDs. That's a common way to, a safe way to earn money, because if you ever lose money on CDs, you're always earning some interest on it. And so he sent back these interest rates with the various terms. And so I tried to map out, again, some of it is estimation on exactly how that interest rate would pan out on the actual payout. But I tried to map out what the potential returns would be based on either the 3-month or 7-month CDs and based on how much money we decided to put into a CD. So the highest interest rate, as I normally understood it, the longer term CD you got,
We have an
usually the interest rate is
inverted
higher,
yield curve right now.
but I think they're expecting the interest rates to be coming down, so.
Well, we're also gonna be going into a recession. We have a Republican president coming in. We will go into a recession. We've gone, every Republican president since Hoover has put us into a recession. The Fed has said they will be dropping rates twice in the next year. Now, the Fed, he has got 2 more years on his contract. By law, he can't be replaced, although the incoming administration feels they are above law. And that's also part of the problem with that too, is there's a bunch of uncertainty going on.
Sure.
Because we have a very chaotic incoming administration who crashed the economy the first time they were in. So, but it's an inverted, normally the longer a CD is, the higher your rate is. This is different. So I mean, there's a lot of ways you can look at this. I mean, in my opinion, if we are going to be doing something with the CD, which is, I know you were looking at the Illinois fund, but that's changing monthly. To tie things up with the CD is good. I like that. But I would not put everything into one. I would vary it between the 3-month and a 7.
I
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
consider that.
What is our average, did we figure out what the average monthly withdrawal from a commercial checking account? I know we just did it, I was paying attention.
Well, we just transferred 250.
Yeah.
I think, trying to remember from the spreadsheet, I tried to map out the last year. I think we're roughly like, the monthly expenses are averaging around like 205,000, I think. Because some months are higher and some months are lower. There's 2 months out of the year where we have an extra payroll, so those months are higher.
Right, and then there's the months that we have our loan payment as well.
This month we've got our annual insurance bill, so that makes it a little bit higher. So it's kind of, but I tried to look at the last year and see and averaged out what the expenses were, tried to figure out what our typical balance is each month. And like I wrote here, April and May, probably because it's the end of the fiscal year, as we're right before we start to get the spring tax money putting into the bank account, even if we're deferring it for the fiscal year, it's still in the bank account. But April and May tended to be the months with the lowest amount in the bank account. So, but still fairly strong, or at least from what I'm used to. So, I recently, I sent our auditors our investment policy recently, and she just got back to me yesterday. Because she had suggested during the audit that, since our investment policy hadn't been updated since 2009, that it could use some updating, so she had a couple suggestions, but one was putting in there something about diversification. And I suppose right at the moment, we are not doing that. Pretty much all our money is at Fifth Third Bank.
Right.
So whether it's, still at Fifth Third Bank and in the CD and in a regular account, or whether we take some of it and also put it, whether it's Illinois fund or something else, I think diversification is a good thing to think about, but
The Illinois fund is nice that it's fluid
yeah,
to have, but again, like I said, the rates on that are constantly coming down. So right now, they're fairly decent, but they're coming down.
yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna be coming down everywhere, so.
Yeah. That's what I mean, if we would capture a little bit, if we had money to capture something for a higher rate before things really start coming down, would be nice.
So to Sandy's point, is there any merit in considering a CD for some money in the Illinois fund for another investment?
Or maybe a CD with another bank. So we would have some diversification. Although it does have to be backed.
Throwing something else in there, you say that your sufficient funds, in case there's drawdowns. What are the two largest items that could fail that we don't have insurance for, or that would take an appreciable amount of this?
That would be
This 1.6
the back boiler.
But those are under contract for repair, or is that on for
We have a, for boiler. I don't know that we have. any contract. And we have a company that we use for HVAC things, but we don't necessarily have a contract. So we just pay
how
them.
much would it cost to replace it, Paul? A new boiler or a new,
With a lot of- I haven't gotten around to,
well, it's not gonna be 1.6 million.
no, but it's gonna be. I mean, if you were, depending on what we've got left in the bank after we took money out to put in the CD or whatnot, then that's what we're needing to
Well,
consider.
right, you can't put the whole amount in.
No.
But, I played with this afternoon and found out some interesting things, but, anyway, I've got a couple of these CDs and I was looking at that when I bought it and I said, what? I've got my money longer at risk for half the amount that you're willing to give it me for 3 months. So I put, got a couple of the 4.25, but I did some,
Right. I am just looking at what kind of action we need to take.
well,
So I did get from the, I asked the banker and I said, what sort of liquidity are the CDs? And said that you always get your principal back.
yes,
So, but if you, remove your money, or break the CD, whatever the term is, before the maturity date, then the only thing you risk losing is just your interest.
Right.
but the more often you cycle it through, the more you make. So I looked at the 3 months and figured that you could invest that 4 times in a year, as opposed to this 13-month one that is over a year. And it's got the poorest rate, and if you cash it out before, you get 0. So I found that if you took, and I just used this whole 16, 1,000,006, because it's proportional. But I found that if you looked at this for 12 years, that if you put it in the 13-month, you'd have 13 months that your money would be at risk. Whereas if you put it in the 3 months, then you've only got 3 months at risk, and you can take what you have earned as interest and put that back into the next time you throw it in for 3 months. So you're compounding your interest. And I found that if you just took for 12 months or under, that, the 3 months times 4 would be paying, 15,000 more than the, rate for the 13 months, which you wouldn't have left.
True, that's assuming that the 3-month rolls over at the same interest rate,
Yeah, well,
which it probably will.
But if you compound it, from, over the times that you'd have the 3 months, you get that compounded 4 times, and you'd wind up making, 5,000 more than if you had it the other way. If you put it all in the 13 month. So the 3 months are the way to go. And if you wind up doing it on the first day that you can go and roll it over, then you've locked in that amount of interest for the next time. And as long as you can get this 4.26, then that's going to be a whole lot better than tying your money up for 3.6, or even worse, the 7 months at 3.92. So I guess that what you'd have to do is figure out when your largest risk is and decide if you want to save some back. Other than that, I'd say roll the dice on the whole business and throw it into the 3% for the 3-month CD.
I would be more inclined if we go towards CDs, and I really don't have an opinion on that right now. I would not want to put all our money. And I would definitely think that Sandy has a good idea with laddering our investments. Maybe doing the 3-month, which I think Rick was
I
right
think,
about.
yeah, some money in 3 months,
And then
some
maybe
money
the-
in the 7 months.
But then,
Because in those 3 months, because in the 7 month time, we could have 2 rate cuts. So your 3 month could be even lower than what you're gonna be getting on the 7 month.
I didn't be willing to. ladder
Because you could have
3 months.
2 Fed cuts within that 7 month time.
but 3 months times 2 is still a shorter period.
But you're
of time.
talking, I'm talking the interest rate.
Hmm.
In 7 months' time, we could have two Fed cuts. So the 3 month rate would be lower than all of this. You don't know how much that rate cut's gonna be. So by actually putting some of it into the 7 month, you had a little higher rate for a little bit longer. Than going, because your 3 month would be this much, and then if we get a rate cut, that's gonna be dropped down. So at the 7th month, we're a little bit better ahead.
I think that we should,
That's what I meant, like putting some different.
I think we should go ahead and take it over and just move on.
Well, are we just for information this time, then we're gonna do the vote next meeting?
No, this is
No.
actually asking us for action.
Yeah,
If you want to table it for a month and we can,
rates will be down in a month.
I'm going to think about, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
What is the motion?
Yeah, we have to fill in the blanks in the motion.
Like
right,
how
so it's
much
dependent
money,
on how we all were feeling as to. I hadn't thought about the laddering. So having 2, but my motion was essentially to approve the transfer for X amount of money into a CD for X amount of months.
And
I move that we move, the maximum possible amount into 3-month CD at, Fifth Third Bank. And in that time, we can, well, is just put as much money as we can into that, 3 months.
Okay, so you are in that camp. We definitely have a
$1
camp
million
going on here.
CD for 3 months.
We've got some
$1
camps,
million
we got some
CD.
camps going on here. I just
When-
wanna know, before we make a motion, I wanna know who's in what camp here. We've got a camp going on over here.
I like that camp on that.
You're
side.
on that camp. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling like the laddering, or are you feeling like what Rick is saying is making sense? It really, I mean, either way, we have not done any of this before, so we're
No.
not gonna really be in bad shape either way.
No.
So it's not gonna be terrible no matter what we do. But we're either gonna do the laddering 3 and 7, or we're gonna just do the 3. That's what we're gonna do.
I can live with the 3, but I need a little more convincing that it needs to be the entire amount that Jason's suggesting. I don't know why.
Well, I gave you 3 options, and it could be any
Right.
option
So,
you want,
Yeah,
really.
the million,
The return for the million obviously is the best,
right,
but it leaves us with the least amount. I think it's still a safe amount. But I realize that also if we haven't done this before, or at least I feel like
so we're
Sandy
talking,
mentioned you maybe did it years ago. Sandy Whitmer, that is.
Mm.
But so if it's been a while, like, and we want to feel a little bit safer for our first foray into doing this, we could pick a smaller amount. That's absolutely
so
fine.
this would
The goal
expire,
was just to even just make a couple $1,000s more than
this
we
would
are.
be through April, because you'd probably do it in January, right? If we do a 3-month.
It says February.
Yeah, I just randomly picked, I was thinking February 1st through, but yeah, February, March, April. So even if it started. If I talk to the bank next week, then that's January through.
Well, I don't know that the rates will be the same, like Sandy said next week. That's why I
Yeah.
think we should do something.
Rates change every Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday's a holiday.
All right, so are we
You'll
feeling,
make,
are we all feeling more like 3 months then?
you'll make
Let's just give it a
$5,000
try.
in 3 months.
Let's do it 3 months, give it a try, and how much do we wanna do? Before we make a motion, let's talk it out, people.
I'm comfortable with the 3 months, especially it's a brand new thing that we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, 3 months for how much money?
700.
I feel like we're playing Monopoly now.
I feel like let's make a deal.
3 months.
$750.
$750?
Yeah, 750 is what I feel comfortable with.
$753.
What do you say? The most?
Yeah,
Put it all in.
it's 3 months.
Okay.
I mean, a low month is April.
April and May are our 2 lowest months, but that's what I base these numbers on.
Yeah,
And those were the 1.6 million,
I would
being our
have-
lowest is after our expenses.
Can the public say something? You can
No,
get
sorry.
4 3-month ones. So that if you had to cash out one.
well, that would be one idea, yes.
There's not gonna be as much.
No. And a lot of times people will do that, so they have one coming every month, they have one
No, I
coming.
didn't do them all at the same time. So if you need some money, you can get it without cashing them. That's the standard.
Well, the CD comes due every 3 months.
No, she's
Yeah.
saying.
Oh.
instead of
3 of
one,
250, there
yeah,
are 4 of 250.
3
Three.
documents.
3 documents,
Yeah,
yeah.
right, you're saying, that's what I'm saying, then
The yield's
do
the
your
same.
whatever amount you want for 3 months, but if you need a new boiler, you can get it without cash.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't take it as a whole.
right.
Thank you.
I know some people, they stagger them, so there's like one due every month.
But
So
that's
that
the
they have
ladder.
that. Well, the laddering, I was thinking
We can
more
work on
putting
that for the
some
future.
in, putting some in for a 3-month and then
All right.
putting someone
We
in
need
a
to
stuff.
move on from this, so let's make a decision, friends.
I would go with $1 million.
I can.
Can you live with that? All right. so let's
Yeah,
do-
yeah, sure.
Would you,
Because
Sandy, would you craft a motion, please?
Okay,
This lady, Mrs. Cox, has a very good idea. Instead of one master document, we have 3 3-month CDs divided, to divide the million, whatever it is, into 3 separate CDs. Same day, same expiration. Rick said the yield isn't gonna different.
no, it won't be, because they're all, if they go the same term, it'd be the same amount of money.
All right.
And 2,
Or we could do 2 500,000.
that's fine too, but.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do that.
I like
It's
that.
cleaner. We don't have to deal with 3s then.
3 and
Yeah.
3%.
dividing it in thirds.
Yeah.
What were treasury bonds? What was the rate on treasury bonds?
I don't know.
Well, we'll find that out in 3 months.
I'm happy to, I have not done a whole lot of this sort of investing before myself, so I'm happy to learn more and.
Well,
But I like the fact that we're in a strong position and we can make some more money, so. I feel like I sprung this on you a little bit and I apologize for that, but it was just thinking, oh, rates are starting to come down and
So we
it's like,
can do,
how can we make some more money?
Sandy, who's doing
Okay,
that?
I'll move. Think. Or are you moving on?
Sandy's
I
gonna-
You're corrected.
Okay, I move that we transfer $1 million from the library's commercial checking account to open 2 3-month certificates of deposit at Fifth Third.
Worth 500,000 each.
Yes, 500, yeah. 500,000 each.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion was made by, trustee Lazan and seconded by trustee Warren. Is there any further discussion? All right, trustee Lazan,
Aye.
trustee Pika,
Aye.
trustee Schmidt, trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Richardson, trustee Stahl, trustee Drosher votes aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. Thanks, Kev.
Okay, moving on.
The only,
I don't have this packet in my computer.
Sorry.
I don't know
need a
why.
paper
I
pen?
have your draft
That's me.
of the agenda, but not the packet.
I,
I don't know why.
it's board, so it should have gone to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Illinois funds was the next thing, and again, so I reached out to Sandy Whitmer just to find out a little more information, because Jackie had told me we used to have Illinois funds, but we clearly don't anymore. And Sandy just said it was because the interest rates had dropped so low that the interest rates that the bank was offering was way higher than Illinois funds. My wife has the same thing. She kept her account open with the barest minimum of $100 at Illinois funds, but apparently, like, I think she said she has $6.
You'll make more of it.
But, because she had the same thing, but as you can tell by the rates I listed there, at over 4%, and our rate is 1.89%, clearly Illinois funds is currently higher. So again, it was just another thing. I was just looking at their website, some of their FAQs. I love how liquid your money is. There's no fees for transferring. You can transfer it in one day, transfer it back out the next day. There's no minimum balance. So it just seemed, I mean, it's designed for public funds. So their interest is investing for public funds, trying to grow that public money, and have it meet the goals of it being as safe as possible, because all institutions have that prerogative, right? We have to have our money safe.
there is a two with public funds. The bank has to match. They have to have the funds to back us. It's not like whether or not we're federally, it doesn't matter the federal insurance. There's different backing that the bank has to provide for public money. So like we tried getting into the credit union over here, but they did not have enough physical money to back our money and the Park District's money.
Oh, and they already had the partition.
They already had the Park District and they could not do it. So public funds require different backing.
I see.
Yeah.
So there's different, that's what I had mentioned about, the federal bonds. Because those are guaranteed by the federal government.
Oh, the treasury.
Yes,
So
they run a little bit different on the interest and stuff. You don't get, that is actually deducted right off the bat, the interest you would make. Those are done differently.
And I thought that was the problem.
But it is
in the past,
backing.
Too, was trying to get the sufficient, making sure that we were covered, because I thought that was
Mhm.
too. We couldn't, we were gonna go with American Charter, before they merged, and then American Charter could collateralize
Right,
the money, so.
and that's what,
You have a memory about that?
No, but I was just gonna say, so we're set until the end of April. And
Right.
perhaps in this time period, Jason can
That's what I was actually.
outline.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking for a motion, it was just your blessing to
Yep.
investigate it further. to
Outline
see-
what our investment options are,
Please do.
assuming everything continues to be in the same keel it is now.
We've been doing well, and we could just get by with the interest we're making at the bank, but like I said before.
No, and I think
That
it's.
we have the money
outstanding.
so that we can actually make some money. And so it'd be nice if we could try and just, even if it's only a couple $1,000s, like. You might as well insert something.
$2,000, we didn't
Could be
have to-
something that's put into the special reserve fund for building things. It's just
Bicycle mobile.
trying to.
Tuck, tuck.
Anyway, good humor bite.
but we do know Fifth Third can collateralize our money.
Our. So I need to,
That's a
I
requirement.
need to understand it more.
For
Our
federal
collateralization is with BNY Mellon.
Well, I think what she's saying is if we put that money in Fifth Third, are you talking about like, federally?
No, because that, we're already over that limit of what they insure for, and we don't go with that. they have to physically have that money.
I need to learn more about that, but I
Yeah.
don't think all of our collateralization is with Fifth Third. I believe it's with BNY Mellon.
Okay,
So it's not being collateralized by Fifth Third,
okay.
as I understand it. I need to understand better.
I mean, isn't it sort of like then if something were to happen, then Fifth Third goes to BNY Mellon?
Yeah.
It's okay, we need the money to pay out our.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
That's better.
Okay,
But anyway, I
We're
will
gonna-
explore more investment options.
we're
Could
gonna
be
move
worse.
on
You could
to.
have asked for Bitcoin.
Let's not go there. We're gonna move on to item ten C on page, what are we on? Page 20 of our packets. The updated policy 460 libel or slander.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yes.
you have anything to say?
it's good.
Very good. Remain.
So it was just I was
Update.
looking at policies that we could easily review this month in the meantime while we're working on other policies. And this pretty much seemed to be just stating some of the Illinois statutes.
Okay.
So I looked it up and it looked like they had added a little bit of wording to it, so that's what I updated. So it's this one and the next one, 470. Are
Can we do
pretty,
these in the same motion or do they need to be separate motions? Separate motions.
Okay, I move to approve the updated policy number 460 libel or slander as presented in our meeting packet.
Second,
Motion was made by trustee Pika and seconded by trustee Luzon. This is a policy, so I'm gonna do a roll call vote.
Can I do a discussion?
Yes,
Just for information purposes for anyone listening, this is covering board members on being sued. So they know what the policy is about.
Thank you.
right.
or, yeah,
I think that's like the indemnification insurance part.
Oh,
Okay, so that would be the policy 480.
okay. Yeah, I see that, sorry.
Okay, so trustee Bell,
I,
trustee Richardson.
Aye.
Trustee Warren,
Aye.
trustee Schmidt,
Aye.
trustee Pika,
Aye.
trustee Luzon.
Aye.
Trustee DeRosa votes aye. Moving on to 10D. You want to make that motion?
I move to approve the updated policy number 470 negligent misrepresentation as presented in the meeting packet.
Good.
Motion was made by trustee Pika and seconded by trustee Warren. Any further discussion? All right, trustee Lazat.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Richardson. Trustee Stoll. Aye. Trustee DeRosa votes aye. That motion was passed. And now for a.
The attorneys review.
right. Connie, do you want to make that motion and then we can have discussion?
okay,
Oh, this is the recall.
it's just information.
oh, no, no.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so this one just was, I've been reading it, I feel like these three policies kind of overlap a bit. But this is just having. Our liability insurance. And. There's a lot of legalese in here. Anyway, hard for me to recall, but in reading it, it felt a little slim, and there was one statement at the end. So the library shall purchase and maintain insurance on behalf of any person. To the fullest extent permitted by applicable law, and to me, that seems really, really vague.
Yeah.
Not specific enough as to who it is we're insuring.
Yeah.
Right, and any person. So I found another library's policy that seemed like it was saying much of the same thing, but in a better way, and a little more clear. And so I updated our policy, and I figured just for running it by you all, I ran it by Roger. And they said it looked good. They didn't have any additional changes, so. But since it was more of an overhaul of the whole thing, I wanted to present this month's information. If you had any changes.
Any further discussion?
No, I just want to say one thing, on a couple of these was the last review date was 2009. So that means that we do need that calendar to, I think we could have a more timely review of some of these policies,
Mhm.
so it
Yeah.
sounds like you're on that, so thank you.
Trying to, but there was a lot of them that had not been reviewed for a long time, so it's a lot to get there.
Yeah, I
So,
understand.
but yes, I'm gonna try and get through a few more of them this
The
year.
worst ones first.
All right, we're moving on to the director's report.
With all the other things going on, I didn't necessarily have a whole lot this month, but otherwise, if you have not already done the anti-harassment training, please do. If you need any assistance, I'll be happy to help.
Any outliers out there?
Well, I'll tell you, I had a problem and I've been frustrated. I get home and I sit down at the computer and I enter my password. And then it says verify my identity by putting in the first place of my wedding reception. I have tried city,
Oh,
I've
no.
tried the county, I've tried the state, I've tried the name of the venue, I've tried lowercase, I've tried uppercase.
I'm gonna help Heather after.
And
Take care.
then asked for my favorite vacation spot. I went through city, I went through state, I went through country, I went through uppercase, lowercase. I have tried of at least 10 favorite vacation spots, and all of them have not worked.
You're adorable.
So,
I
am-
think I had
Next
trouble
time you're
doing
asked
that.
that question, say Pluto.
yeah.
Still let me confirm.
It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. I know somehow I messed up marking.
I'm
yours,
so
but I know
sorry,
you didn't,
Yes.
sir.
I did it.
That is so
It's like
frustrating.
Jason's reset my password at least twice, and it's like,
So I think that means we've
I
got two.
get home, and I'm like,
How did
what,
that
I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
I
thank
promised to
you.
do it this weekend, he's gonna, so.
And Sandy, what story do you have? Was that life? Was that teachery enough for you?
Just like.
That's going.
Or share with the class.
Life. All good.
Okay,
I feel really good.
all right. Is there anything else?
No.
Because
My
the
report
deadline
is pretty
is
small.
12:31.
With all the other.
I thought I would harass you about the anti-harassment.
As you can see, I harassed right back about it.
Cheers to you. Okay. Department head reports.
Wait,
Who's reporting?
Jason, on the
Yes.
joint annual review board meeting with the TIP districts,
Yes.
did you find anything out about money we're getting or anything like that, or was it not that kind of meeting?
Oh, not necessarily that type of meeting, mostly Amy Emery, the development director, she has a long title, she's a replacement of Ron.
Right.
She was just talking about a lot of the developments happening in town. Status and progress.
I don't know,
And
I
the
saw TIP and I
TIPs.
see dollar sign. Christine.
No, I didn't, so we didn't get that information, but generally knowing that
Christine's the city manager.
Okay.
Christine, there is a Christine, I believe is an engineer of some sort.
Okay.
Yes,
Anyway,
You're
I'm
right.
terrible at remembering everybody's exact position, but. But the general idea is some of those, the developments in town are still ongoing and they're still building new buildings and units. So one way or another, we keep budgeting based off the previous years to money that we've got, but. So far, for the 2 years that I've been here, each year has been more than we were anticipating, so,
Yeah.
and it sounds as though the growth is continuing, so we can continue to expect. Some more in, I think that's to. I get them confused. The one over here, that's not really gonna grow much, because it's pretty much done, but the other one seems like there's more growth to come, so we'll keep
Yeah.
earning some. And some of it is based on, like, they've finished construction, but they maybe necessarily haven't filled all the units yet, so, once that happens, we learn some more, so it's pretty much good news, and there's a lot of development.
Okay. Now on to the department head reports.
Sorry. Jackie, do we have, maybe this is Jason's thing, but do we have a calendar created yet for when maintenance is supposed to be scheduled, the expectancy to Rick's question earlier? How long the boiler might last, et cetera?
Not yet. But still
But
working
we're
on it.
working on it. Thank you,
Good.
because that information, that one day, someday, trouble is gonna be. And for our previous discussion about the strategic plan, if you didn't have a chance, the numbers in Paul's report in the highlights section, those are phenomenal for the month of December, when you think about it being a holiday. So that's the kind of outreach we need to continue to strive for. Yeah. And then I just want to say, I love the highlights things some people are putting at the top of their resume. It's like little, cliff notes. So thank you, everybody. Great job as always.
On maintenance. You know, I know we have to be cautious about safety, but to me, and I could be wrong, but it seemed like an inordinate amount of salt on the front.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, so I'm just gonna comment it as board member, because it's a waste of resources.
The face to the
Mhm.
guys doing it. We talk ourselves blue in the face to the guys doing it.
Oh, it's the contract.
And then Lee has to go up and speak.
Because then it comes in and it does damage to the carpeting and everything else.
Not to mention all the plants.
Yeah.
And who contracted Bluesky?
We do,
Mm.
the library.
Okay,
City does not do any of our stuff.
okay.
It doesn't matter almost which service you would get.
They're all gonna do it, because they don't wanna get sued.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they kill plants, then they sell us more plants, so,
Mary Kelly,
from too much salt.
what is unbranding a puzzle project?
So.
I have to know this, I'm sorry.
If you know that Kathy rolled out successfully our new logo. And in the puzzles, there were inserts that showed.
Done, I got it. I
So
thought,
just taking the old logo off.
No, I got it. I just was thinking you were doing something physically with the puzzle, and I was like, oh, I gotta know about that.
We are.
Yeah, but not,
We physically have to touch each puzzle and put them together and then take pictures of them and. So Gail has done a phenomenal job.
who knew that?
There, so.
Did they teach you that in library school?
No.
New horizons every day, right? Here we go.
Yes.
All right. Anybody, any department head, have anything they want to say or bring up?
Just a reminder about the board, trying to do a short video tonight, encouraging people to take the survey. Okay, once we close the meeting here, I have a few questions to see.
Okay, all right, we're here to help you.
Oh,
We are here to help you, Kathy. All right.
Oh, I'm so.
Okay, it won't take too long, she promises. All right, president's report. Next month, we have a regular old meeting at 7 o'clock. The month after that, we are here at 5:30.
We will feed you again.
Everybody realizing that? Yes?
I need to remind you, I will be absent without leave, no. February, March, and April. See you
You're
in
bragging
May.
or complaining?
A little of all that.
Well, we hope you have a fabulous trip.
And I will be here when I can get here.
Fair enough.
We appreciate that. Okay, treasurer's report.
Everything looks good.
Great. It's gonna be even better when we get those thousands and thousands of dollars.
Which goes back to that, while I'm gone, will I be able to see this learning report you're constructing? Will you be able to email me
Hopefully, yeah.
in my regular
I
email?
think it's
account?
not too large of a file, yes.
Yes, don't, because they won't let me open it. And then, who's the personnel committee? Because I think I will miss Jason's. And I
know that.
think I
it
will
is
be able to
Rick
do
and
that.
Jill.
I think it's Rick and Jill.
is.
I think it's Rick and Jill.
How long is Jill on, when will Jill still be here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
that's
We'll have that all
okay.
done before Rick's, or before Jill's term is up.
When is
Yes,
it?
Rick and Jill.
But when do we do
Yeah, when is that done?
what month do we do the review process?
April.
Yeah, it has to
Okay.
be turned in.
So that's gonna be that Survey Monkey again?
I don't know what they did to us.
Yes, we used
Yeah.
survey. Did we use survey? Monkey?
I think,
Pretty sure we do.
So
Good.
do send it to me, because if I can do it, I'll do it. Don't, well, all I'm trying to say is don't count me out just because I'm not in the country.
screen prints. And that's
And, oh, it might have
we
been,
go and then that was how far.
Yeah, it's not my Wi-Fi.
Because that's an.
Use
It's
Microsoft.
it's not my Wi-Fi. It's the ship's. Thank you.
Sure.
So they limit size, like Jason said,
We might have used Microsoft Forms.
possibly because of the graphs are different than.
We might
But
stop.
anyway, I just wanted to say, don't figure, because I'm not here, I don't want to do it, because I will if I can.
That would be very appreciated. All right, committee reports. I don't think we've had any committees meeting. Trustee comments. Connie?
I have, just two, I think. First, Kathy, I noticed that you're not working with the Baptist church guy. And is he representing other churches? And like, so he's taking me back to all the other churches, or just the Baptist?
He is his own entity. He, conducts his own welcome items, so to speak. He employs the city for new, water programs. And then he or his representative goes out and knocks on doors and, they've assembled a packet of information. I know they have library stuff. Obviously, they have the church stuff. And I believe he takes in from a few other boards to say, well, for the community.
I just wanted to know more about that, because they partner with us for, Johnson School Dinner, I think, and Catholic Church too, so.
They're gonna have the same, it's Emmanuel over there off of, that's west, it's not,
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not talking about the Baptist Church here is over, the not the agape one, the
no,
other one.
no, it's Emmanuel,
Yeah.
it is unincorporated Warrenville, I believe, it's the section that's west of 59.
It's.
Oh, that one.
Technically neighborville.
I was
What's
gonna
that?
say, they have a garden over there too. They have a. Huh.
No, we are their library. It's a Naperville address.
Okay, anyway, I just wanted to understand that.
Isn't that the one that the FedEx terminal?
There's stuff in Butterfield and West, like.
Yeah, I know where to go,
Yeah, I know where
It's
it is.
west on Butterfield.
I know where it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
So it's by the,
before the viaduct.
Yeah, I know he is a card holder here, he's a frequent, visitor and we'll check her out.
The second thing is just a networking thing with the community. We are in Winfield Township. Winfield Township is starting up a mental health board, which they didn't have one before, and, they are looking for a few board members, and so I'm just letting you know that that's gonna be a good resource. I think, but they're just getting it set up. It was by referendum recently.
On the French Street, if anyone knows.
Okay. I don't believe there are any other items for information or discussion. So our final,
I will adjourn, meeting for tonight.
Second.
motion was made by trustee Schmidt and seconded by trustee Lizan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.
At 17.